You're going to see a lot more classic stuff, a lot more of the classic meets modern. You'll obviously see big monster trucks, you'll see more powerful trucks.
The Diesel Brothers, the team of the hit show, have finally pulled back the curtain on a secret. The brothers have revealed a shocking truth about their work that most viewers never even suspected. But what did the Diesel Brothers uncover? Join us to find out. Two sides of the screen. The Diesel Brothers show is known for showcasing large trucks, loud engines, and humor, attracting viewers but also sparking controversy. While fans enjoy the extravagant creations, critics have their own opinions about the show. The brothers' public image is influenced by both the entertaining content of the show and the behind-the-scenes criticisms. The controversy first started when the Diesel Brothers released a video to find a new painter. In an attempt to make the job posting unique, they decided to present it in Spanish. Although they saw it as a harmless gesture, some viewers were outraged by the move. The online comment section was soon inundated with xenophobic responses. The overwhelming negative reactions prompted Heavy D to intervene on the same day. He emphasized that such hateful comments did not reflect the true spirit of America. Heavy D also made it clear that he and his team followed immigration laws and respected them. However, this incident revealed how a seemingly fun idea could quickly turn ugly when exposed to a large audience. The blame game did not stop there. Another discussion revolved around the methods used by the Diesel Brothers to obtain their parts. Some skeptics alleged that they were taking shortcuts or obtaining materials unlawfully. Speculation circulated regarding their links to junkyards and the legitimacy of their practices. However, the reality is that they were never charged for sourcing parts improperly. They procured items from junkyards and other legitimate suppliers, similar to many other businesses nationwide. Yet in the realm of television, gossip spreads quicker than truths, and suspicions persisted around them. Heavy D fueled the controversy by sharing a personal anecdote online, choosing not to write a heartfelt tribute to his father. His story was shocking to many of his fans, as he disclosed that his father would pretend to have seizures when being stopped by the police for speeding. In a surprising revelation, Heavy D admitted that his father had taught him the same trick. He claimed that their performance was believable enough to deceive law enforcement officers. Many viewers were puzzled by this story. They wondered how the same trick could be successful multiple times. Would a responsible police officer really allow a driver to continue driving after a suspected seizure? Most individuals assumed that an officer would call for help to ensure the driver's safety and the safety of others on the road. The ambiguity surrounding the incident caused some fans to question its validity, with a few even speculating that it might have been embellished. Regardless of its authenticity, this was just another instance of the Diesel Brothers' every word being scrutinized and debated. An additional concern that sparked intense feelings was the act of rolling coal, where diesel engines are altered to emit thick black smoke during acceleration. While some admired it as a symbol of rebellion and style, environmental advocates condemned it as a dangerous practice. The Diesel Brothers had shared social media posts and videos that appeared to glorify rolling coal, leading some to believe they endorsed it. Detractors claimed that they went as far as creating and selling exhaust systems specifically designed to evade emission regulations. The angry criticism was strong, particularly as the siblings were already embroiled in legal disputes with environmental organizations. When questioned directly, they explicitly stated that they did not find the act of rolling coal to be admirable. They were aware that their television show had a following in both the United States and Europe, and they aimed to convey a responsible message. Despite the lack of proof of misconduct regarding the exhaust systems, no legal action was taken by the Environmental Protection Agency against them on these allegations. Nevertheless, doubts persisted, illustrating the challenge of shedding a negative public perception once it becomes established. Viewers frequently overlook the effort put into the visual content they consume. The Diesel Brothers are more than just humor and practical jokes. Behind the camera, Heavy D, Diesel Dave and their team constantly challenge themselves. Their business thrives not just from TV viewership, but also from the sale of parts, merchandise, and the custom trucks they construct. Every project kicks off with brainstorming, usually beginning with a beat-up old vehicle. The crew conceptualizes the enhancements and crafts the necessary unique components to transform the junk into a mighty machine. Their shop operates differently from large factories as they do not have a production line. Each truck they work on is unique, requiring careful consideration and expertise for every bolt, weld, and tune-up. There are times when their initial ideas do not go as planned, leading to the need for redesign and rebuilding, resulting in additional hours spent on projects that challenge their endurance. In addition to their garage work, they also have the responsibility of filming a television show. Each episode involves months of preparation, shooting, retakes, and edits. The pressure of this constant grind might be overwhelming for anyone, yet they persist because the ultimate gratification comes from seeing fans' excitement over the final results of their creations. The television program highlights the effort and camaraderie of the participants, showcasing their laughter and surprising revelations. But this was the least of their secret troubles. Stay with us. Shadows of the courtroom. The Diesel brothers faced an unexpected crisis in the year 2016. What began as a love for creating and altering trucks quickly transformed into a major challenge for them. Their problems arose when a group called Utah Physicians for a Healthy Environment took legal action against them. Comprised of medical professionals and environmental experts, this group accused the brothers of violating federal regulations. They alleged that the team had been customizing trucks in a manner that emitted dense black smoke, a form of pollution the group deemed hazardous to human health. The situation took a turn in favor when the group of doctors opted to verify the facts. They made a purchase of a customized vehicle from Sparks Motors, a business run by the Diesel brothers. A test conducted independently uncovered a surprising discovery. The truck, lacking the necessary emissions components, emitted 36 times more contaminants and 21 times more dangerous particles compared to a standard vehicle. This revelation became the focal point of the legal battle. During the same year, the Doctors Association took legal action in federal court, accusing Sparks Motors of repeatedly violating regulations by selling or modifying vehicles in violation of the Clean Air Act. Their main concern was a modification known as a straight pipe, which enabled trucks to emit thick black smoke, a practice known as rolling coal, whenever they accelerated. This practice was illegal in Utah and 5 other states. The attorneys representing the Doctors Association presented the altered truck in court as evidence. The data was undeniable. The truck was emitting pollutants at a rate 36 times higher than allowed due to the disabled emissions system. In the year 2020, the verdict was severe. The Diesel brothers were convicted of violating regulations and were mandated to pay a fine of $851,451. However, that wasn't the sole caution they were given. Additionally, the court informed them that any future manipulation of diesel emissions controls could result in being held in contempt of court, leading to even harsher consequences. This was a grave moment that cast a dark cloud over their future. The members of the Sparks team were not quick to admit defeat. They decided to challenge the decision, anticipating a new result. However, in 2021, a federal judge in Salt Lake City reaffirmed the judgment. Despite this setback, they remained determined. This led to several years of ongoing discussions, and eventually, in January 2024, there was a slight reprieve. A judge approved a decrease of $225,000 from the initial penalty. While this was not a complete triumph, it did signify progress in repairing some of the harm. The legal disputes had already caused wounds. In June of 2018, an inspector in Davis County, Utah, testified that one of their trucks had been altered illegally. Following this testimony, a judge issued a directive banning the Diesel brothers from making similar modifications. Sparks had thought the modifications were lawful as they were intended for off-road purposes. He had even collaborated with the Environmental Protection Agency to ensure compliance. However, the court had a different perspective on the matter. In March of the year 2020, there was a new development. 3 members of the Diesel Brothers group, Sparks, Keaton Hoskins, and Joshua Stewart, along with their businesses, were collectively penalized with a sum of $850,000. It was determined by federal judge Robert J. Shelby that they had not just one, but multiple violations of the Clean Air Act. The court also concluded that they had disregarded the previous court order that was issued against them. However, Judge Shelby opted not to levy the highest possible fine, taking into account certain mitigating circumstances. The whole experience seemed endless, like a never-ending storm. The brothers recounted a moment when federal agents, fully geared in SWAT attire, rushed into businesses, aiming guns at employees and owners, treating them as if they were violent offenders. The Department of Justice appeared set on using them as a warning to others. Even under the Biden administration, officials seemed to take pride in this harsh stance. Sparks felt like he was trapped in a never-ending nightmare. One of the hardest hits was when a federal judge put a stop to his well-known garage sale. These sales had always been a beloved custom, attracting visitors from all over the nation. Being forced to shut them down felt like a part of him was being taken away. Sparks later acknowledged that he had some regrets about the choices he had made in the past, particularly regarding removing emissions controls from trucks. He admitted that he had brought some of the troubles upon himself. However, he also believed that some of the actions taken against him were unjust, such as the attempt to halt his garage sale. In the final outcome, the judge displayed compassion. The sale was permitted to proceed, albeit with certain stipulations. Despite facing difficulties, Sparks admitted that the judge had acted justly. While they fought in court, they made masterpieces in the shop. Stay tuned. Masterpieces on wheels. In the modern era, there is an increased awareness and concern for the environment compared to previous generations. Discussions on clean energy, sustainable fuels, and preserving air quality are now commonplace. The Diesel Brothers, renowned for their extravagant vehicle creations and larger-than-life personas, have come under fire for their smoke-emitting trucks, leading to legal action regarding emissions. However, there is more to their story than meets the eye. Beyond the flamboyant displays and loud engines, there is a genuine attempt to demonstrate that powerful trucks can coexist harmoniously with environmental conservation efforts. A compelling example occurred when soy farmers from Minnesota collaborated with the Diesel Brothers to create a unique vehicle, a customized Ford F-550 that operated on soy biodiesel. During this episode, the farmers joined the show's team to discuss the mechanics and significance of biodiesel. The truck itself was ruggedly constructed with the bold aesthetics that the Diesel Brothers are recognized for. However, the main objective of this project was straightforward: to showcase that a vehicle can be tough, fast, and stylish without solely relying on petroleum. By using renewable plant-based fuel, this vehicle demonstrated that contemporary power can align with modern environmental responsibility. It served as evidence that emitting excessive smoke was not the sole method to display strength. Creating trucks like these is a challenging task. Each vehicle the team focuses on is distinct, leading to the need for meticulous selection of every component. Finding the right tires is particularly difficult. The Diesel Brothers spent countless years searching for a supplier capable of fulfilling their requirements. Eventually, they established a partnership with Patriot Tires, an American company that prides itself on its all-American identity. While the designs, testing, and quality checks are all conducted in the United States, the actual manufacturing processes occur overseas in Taiwan, using rubber sourced from Malaysia and Thailand. Despite this, the Diesel brothers maintained their trust in Patriot tires as the brand consistently delivered the high level of performance required for their extensive projects. Some of the projects they have completed have left a lasting impact, like the Ford F-650. This colossal truck is so large that it seems almost surreal when you see it up close. With its capacity to transport a large number of people, just its appearance is enough to attract attention. Arriving at an event in a vehicle of such size is sure to grab attention and initiate discussions. Next, we have the GMC Denali 3500. Denali translates to the Great One, and the Diesel brothers aimed to honor this name. They revamped its appearance with unique shocks and tires that protruded, enhancing the truck's fierceness. The outcome was a car that exuded sophistication and invincibility, an amalgamation of flair and robustness. One of the most amusing constructions was the MC Hummer, which had a playful name but a serious design. The customized H1 attracted attention with its stylish black vinyl and striking LED headlights, giving it a sleek yet intimidating appearance. Despite lacking a famous owner, the vehicle became a standout in its own right, demonstrating how a unique combination of creativity and engineering can result in an unforgettable creation. Not every project originates from brand new vehicles. One unusual lime green design had a unique past. Originally a red fire truck used for emergencies, it was stripped and converted by the Diesel brothers. The bed and hoses were removed to make way for a spacious storage compartment. This makeover completely changed the old service truck into a one-of-a-kind vehicle capable of transporting another vehicle on its back. It was a new chapter for the diligent truck, now transformed to awe rather than put out fires. The Diesel brothers had a unique gift for hunters as well. They converted a Ford F-650 into a massive camper. This spacious vehicle was perfect for those looking to hunt, camp, or embark on adventures. It provided ample storage space for equipment, cozy comfort, and a shelter in the great outdoors, making it a home away from home. One of their most well-known projects was next, Truck Norris. Reflecting the iconic Chuck Norris, this vehicle embodied the resilience and strength linked to the martial arts legend. Bold, unwavering, and brimming with character, it mirrored its namesake. Followers embraced the homage, firmly cementing the truck's place in the annals of Diesel brothers. Their diesel Chevy truck, which was constructed using tractor tires, stood out as a testament to their creativity. The intimidating suspension of the vehicle gave it a monstrous appearance, making it appear as though it belonged in a different realm. Designed for off-road excursions, it had the capability to conquer trails that would be impassable for ordinary trucks. Legal road requirements were of little concern for this unique machine, as its primary objective was to showcase the extraordinary results achieved when imagination and engineering combined. Not all constructions had to focus on pure diesel strength. The Diesel brothers met the request of NFL icon Marshawn Lynch by creating a distinctive buggy. This vehicle was not only rugged, but also fashionable, featuring a robust audio system that simulated an 8-speaker arrangement. The project demonstrated that the team could produce a memorable creation without relying on a massive diesel motor, reflecting the owner's individuality. So what did they reveal that was so difficult for fans to see? Let's dive into it. Behind the diesel smoke, the Diesel brothers rose to stardom with their powerful engines, charismatic personalities, and memorable prizes. However, beyond the glitz of TV and the haze of diesel exhaust, there have been murmurs, uncertainties, and hidden truths that followers attempted to decipher. What started as a thrilling journey on Discovery Channel eventually morphed into a narrative rife with gossip, conclusions, and the quest for liberation. For a long time, Team Sparks, who are essential to the Diesel brothers team, successfully avoided any new legal problems following a previous court decision. They dedicated themselves to making progress, concentrating on promoting their brand and pleasing their supporters. However, it wasn't long before an unusual situation arose. Discovery Channel stopped showing new episodes of Diesel Brothers, sparking curiosity among viewers. Many wondered if the show had been canceled discreetly. The team promptly attempted to alleviate those worries. In the year 2021, they took to YouTube to clarify that Discovery had not axed their program. Their assurances were validated when Season 8 eventually premiered in 2022. Supporters were reassured the siblings were indeed still around, continuing to construct huge trucks and pursue their aspirations. However, the lack of updates only fueled further speculation. With no 9th season in sight, speculation resurfaced. In 2023, the truth was revealed at last. The reality stars made a sincere announcement on their Sparks Motor Company website. Discovery did not cancel the show. The decision to leave was theirs alone. They desired greater independence, authority, and a reconnection with their origins. The rigid schedules and requirements of network TV no longer aligned with their brand's future. They aimed to create and share content at their own pace, on their own terms, without any restrictions except those imposed by their creativity. The news was a mix of emotions. Fans of the thrilling adventures on Discovery Channel felt a tinge of sadness, but they also empathized with the decision. The Diesel Brothers have always been known for their commitment to individuality, ingenuity, and forging their own path. The giveaways were always a standout feature of the show. The Diesel Brothers actually handed out trucks, which attracted a large fan base. Each episode held the possibility that a lucky person could win one of their amazing builds. Fans all over the nation fantasized about owning one of those powerful diesel vehicles. Many people entered repeatedly in the hopes of being chosen. The giveaways were not as simple as they seemed. The Diesel Brothers didn't just give away trucks randomly. Instead, they purchased old vehicles and transformed them into unique creations. While there were costs involved in parts, labor, and design, the final price was still lower than that of a new truck. The real value, however, lay in the publicity generated by the giveaways. Each truck gifted sparked a frenzy of excitement, making the cost of one truck insignificant compared to the advertising benefits it brought. However, it was common for fans to overlook another important fact. Similar to numerous reality programs, Diesel Brothers was more scripted than it seemed. Producers occasionally set up scenes, reenacting incidents that occurred off-screen in order to add excitement to the show. Nevertheless, there was a potential danger in doing this. While staged arguments or feuds on other shows might not have any serious consequences, on Diesel Brothers, the use of heavy machinery, engines, and fuel made the risks much higher. Any mishaps could result in dangerous situations. In the second episode of the series, there was a surprising incident involving a Duramax truck catching fire off camera. The producers requested the crew to reenact the scene for the show. However, the fire unexpectedly escalated, with flames bursting out from both sides of the truck and spreading rapidly. What was intended to be a routine recreation almost spiraled into a dangerous situation. This event served as a cautionary reminder that perilous risks are always present beneath the surface of entertainment and thrill. Besides the loud engines and fiery explosions, there was a tale of camaraderie among the men. Many followers mistakenly thought of Heavy D and Diesel Dave as actual siblings. Their similar facial hair, infectious laughter, and common passion for Diesel made this misconception believable. However, in truth, their bond was not based on blood relations, but on shared values and a deep connection. David Sparks, also known as Heavy D, and David Kiley, who goes by Diesel Dave, first crossed paths at an unexpected location, a church gathering for young adults. This chance encounter blossomed into a deep friendship that would ultimately shape their destinies. Following their initial meeting, Heavy D extended an invitation to Diesel Dave to join him on a trip with some mutual friends. But a near-disastrous error almost marred Heavy D's brand new truck as he mistakenly filled it with regular gasoline instead of diesel. A crisis was imminent. However, Diesel Dave intervened just in time, rescuing the truck by removing the gas and preventing catastrophe. Surprisingly, it was during this messy and chaotic moment, with fuel being siphoned out, that their bond solidified. It was from this pivotal experience that the idea for Diesel Sellers took root and began to flourish. They formed a strong connection that led them to start a business together, resulting in the establishment of a full-fledged brand. Diesel Sellers, their website, became the focal point of their activities. Followers could participate in contests, purchase customized trucks, and keep up with the brothers' escapades. However, Diesel Sellers was just a fraction of their expanding business realm. The company divided into 3 sections: Diesel Sellers, Diesel Power, and Sparks Motors. Each section played a distinct role, but all were linked to the core of their narrative. Sparks Motors, named after Heavy D's actual surname, served as the cornerstone where the vision originated. Diesel Sellers functioned as the hub where enthusiasts could purchase, win, and participate in the journey. On the other hand, Diesel Power stood out as the unique aspect of the equation. In contrast to the rest, it focused not on trucks, but on lifestyle. It evolved into its own entity, offering a variety of products like tactical pens and beard growth stimulators, all associated with the persona of the Diesel brothers. Throughout everything, the Sparks team demonstrated that they were not just famous for television. They were creators, visionaries, and entrepreneurs. Their path was anything but easy. It was marked by uncertainties, errors, gossip, and difficult decisions. However, it was also filled with joy, companionship, and a connection that resembled that of a close-knit family. After the show ended, the Diesel brothers are still pursuing their unique journey. Although the TV cameras have stopped filming, their engines are still roaring. Through YouTube and other platforms, they are showcasing their innovations on their own terms. Fans can expect more from them as their story continues to evolve in a way that embodies their creativity.